Start in an easy seated position. You can be cross-legged, or if this is uncomfortable for you, you can lay on your back or sit with your legs out in front of you and close your eyes. Start to arrive in this space, in this moment. Try and relax your body, relax your facial muscles, your jaw. Notice your breath coming in and out. Try to lengthen your breaths. Inhale a little deeper and exhale a little bit more fully, really pressing the air out. And open your eyes. Start by bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. Take your right hand, place it on the left side of your face to pull your right ear closer to your right shoulder for a nice neck stretch here. And come back to center and bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, placing your left hand on the right side of your face. Inhale, come back to center. Place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand behind you for an easy twist. Come back to center and switch sides. Right hand on your left knee, left hand behind you. Gentle twist to start out. Roll over your knees and come to your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Inhale, drop your belly, press your chest forward for cow pose. And then exhale, round into your spine for cat pose. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, cat. Really press your hands into the mat. Inhale, cow. You can start to move your hips from side to side or in circles. And exhale for cat. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. And then tuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. You can bend one knee and then the other to walk out your dog. Really press your sit bones up and back. Press your chest towards your thighs. Inhale, come to your tippy toes, and then exhale, press your heels down towards the mat. One more time, inhale to your tippy toes, and exhale your heels down to the mat. Bring the weight to your fingertips, especially your index finger and your thumb. Press your sit bones up and back. On your next inhale, start to walk your feet forward, baby steps to meet your hands, and then exhale for forward fold. If your fingertips don't touch the mat, that's okay. You can have them on your shins. You can bend one knee and then the other again. Start to work into the backs of the legs. If you have your fingertips on the mat, you can press your fingertips down and forward to kind of fold a little deeper, or you can wrap your hands around the backs of your legs. Try and bring the weight into the balls of your feet and really fall forward here. Use gravity to help you. And inhale to rise all the way up. Come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms at your sides, chest really open, broad, legs strong, standing tall. Inhale your arms up, reach up and look up. And then exhale to open them like goalposts. Inhale, reach up. And exhale to open your arms, press your chest forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open, press your hips forward. Now inhale to reach forward, round your spine, and then exhale to open your arms. Inhale, reach forward. And exhale, open your arms. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, open your arms. Inhale, reach up to the sky, and then exhale to fold all the way forward. Inhale to lift halfway, hands to your shins. Exhale, plant your hands and step back. Hold here in a high plank. On your next inhale, come to the tips of your toes, and then exhale to lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, press into your hands to lift your chest up for cobra, press your chest forward, and then exhale, bring your hips back, and then up for downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. It's okay if your knees are bent a little bit. Inhale to walk, step, or jump forward, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up and look up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach up and look up. Exhale, forward fold, Padahastasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back for a high plank, and this time come onto your tiptoes and lower just halfway down. You can also bring your knees down to the mat. Inhale for upward facing dog, thighs off of the mat, and and exhale, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Inhale to walk step or bend your knees and hop forward, halfway lift. Exhale for forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now sun salutation B. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips down, reach up. Exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank and lower halfway or all the way, whatever you want. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot forward between your hands, rise up for warrior one. Exhale to come back down, plant your hands, step your right foot back and lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot between your hands, rise all the way up, warrior one. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower and pull through. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths, really breathing into the backs of the legs. Inhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or jump up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, chair pose, and exhale, hands to heart center. Now interlace your fingers behind you and then pull down on them to stretch open your chest. Breathe here, and then fold forward, letting your arms fall overhead. You can bring your feet slightly apart here. And drop your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back and bring your left knee down to the mat. Untuck your toes for a low lunge. You can bring your hands to your thigh or up in the air for a low crescent lunge. Breathe here. Opening the left hip flexor. On your exhale, plant your hands and bring your left hand to your right thigh. Reach back with your right hand to grab onto your left foot for a quad stretch. Sink your hips down and forward for a deeper stretch. And drop your left foot. Plant your hands and then step your left foot up to meet your right for a forward fold. And step your right foot back for the same. Right knee on the mat. Hands either on your thighs or up in the air for a low crescent lunge. Breathe into the right hip flexor. Exhale, bring your right hand to your left thigh, reach back with your left hand and grab onto your right foot for a quad stretch. Release your foot, plant your hands, and step your right foot up to meet your left, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up and look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then step your left foot or right foot, whichever works in the room you're in, way back for a straddle position. Inhale to broaden your chest and exhale to fold forward. Make sure your legs are nice and wide, plenty of space in between them, and your back should be flat here. Place your hands on the mat in line with your feet and then press down and forward on your fingertips to help you fold deeper. You can also bring your fingers, your index and middle finger, to the inside of your big toe to pull yourself down. You can let your head hang here. Really nice stretch in the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and inhale to rise all the way up. Walk your feet in slightly wider than your hips, toes pointed slightly out. Bring your hands to heart center and then drop your hips down for Malasana squat. Press your elbows into your thighs to open your hips and try and broaden your chest here. And you can stay here, you can come for a twist, placing one hand on the mat and the other up in the sky, trying to press one shoulder forward, the other shoulder back. Do both sides if you're doing the twist, but this is totally optional if it feels good for you today. And then very gracefully come back to that tabletop position. We'll come to puppy pose. So try and keep your hips where they are, above your knees, and walk your hands forward. Place your chin down on the mat, and then try and press your chest down towards the mat. Opening the shoulders and the arms here. If this is too much too to place your chin on the mat, you can always place your forehead on the mat. My hips always move forward. A lot of times I like to look in a mirror here. And then bring your chest forward, bring your belly down to the mat. Place your hands next to your armpits and press into cobra pose, lifting your chest, elbows pointed back. Breathe here. Try and press your chest forward and your shoulders back. Exhale to release down to the mat. And then bring your knees wide and sink your hips back to your heels for a wide-legged child's pose, wide-knee child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the mat. You can press into your fingertips to really press your hips further back into your heels for a bit more active version of the pose, or you can just rest here. It's up to you. And then inhale to come up and swing your legs out in front of you. Come to lay on your back. Walk your feet in towards your bum. And then lift your hips up. Interlace your fingers underneath of your body for bridge pose. Press your hips up towards the sky. Press your chest up. Try and keep your knees directly in front of your hips. Don't let them come wider. Press those hips up to the sky. Bring your shoulder blades together. And then exhale to release down to the mat. And then bend your knees, grab onto the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Pull your feet down towards your armpits, keeping your low back on the mat. Really trying to press that low back into the mat. You can rock your baby from side to side. That feels good. And release. Cross your left leg on top of your right. Bring your arms out to a T and then let your legs fall over to the right, looking out to your left hand for a twisted root supine twist. If you don't like this, you can just bring your knees into your chest and then let them fall over to the right. Keep both shoulder blades on the mat here. Inhale your knees back to center. Switch legs so your right is crossed over your left, and then let them fall to the left, looking out over your right fingertips. Inhale your knees back to center, and then give yourself a big hug, hugging your knees in tight. And then exhale, release for a short shavasana here, palms facing up. Feel yourself relax down on the mat. The ground holding you up, so you don't have to do any work now. Just breathe and just be. Feeling ready to move into your day. Inhale your arms overhead, full body stretch. Bend your knees into your chest and roll onto your right or left side. Press into your hand to come up to a seated position. Keep your eyes closed and just take a moment to be grateful for yourself, for your body, for the fact that you got on your mat to do this practice and that you have a body that's capable of doing this. So much to be grateful for. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Thanks for joining, you guys. Namaste.